Hey there. Today we're going to explore how to find the missing side using basic trigonometric functions. So, first of all you have to watch out for is whether all the triangles that you're trying to use this on are right angled. You can only use these ratios if the triangle is right angled. So, in this first question, what we're going to look for is the sides involved in the question. So, the side position is determined by the angle. So you can see the angle 27 degrees here. This side is opposite to that angle. So it's not connected to it and it's on the opposite side. So this side is called the opposite. And this side here, where x is, so this is the longest side. So we can call that the hypotenuse. Thus, we know that sine x of the angle, right? That's what sine x means. So sine of the angle 27 equals the opposite over the hypotenuse. So what's the opposite? 4 over x. Now we're going to rearrange this equation in terms of x. So I'm going to multiply both sides by x. That leaves me with x sine of 27 equals 4. And now I'm going to divide both sides by sine 27, which leaves me with x equals 4 over sine 27. So this equation will turn out differently, depending if your opposite is your unknown or your hypotenuse. Clearly you can see that if 4 was x and x was 4, all you would have to do is bring the 4 over to the other side, and it makes it easier. Okay, so the next question, you have to first consider the angle and which sides are involved. So you can see here the hypotenuse is not involved at all because that is the longest side. So here we have x, which is the complete opposite, and 4, which is connected to the angle but is not the longest side. So now we know that this is the adjacent side. So now we have tan of 37 is equal to the opposite over adjacent, as you can see in this third example, the third rule here. So tan of 37 equals the opposite over the adjacent, which is x over 4. Now all we have to do is move the 4 across, multiply both sides by 4, and we get 4 tan 37 degrees equals x. For this third example, now we look at the same thing. So this is the side that's touching the angle but is not the longest. So we know this is the adjacent side. This side is the longest side in the whole triangle, so we know this is the hypotenuse. So therefore, we can use the rule that brings adjacent and hypotenuse together, which is cos equals adjacent over hypotenuse. So cos of the angle 12 equals the adjacent over the hypotenuse. Now rearranging to get in terms of x equals 14 over cos 12. Now I'm going to evaluate all of these three answers. So the first one is 4 over sine 27, 8.81. And that makes sense because it's probably longer than both of these two. It's 8.81, which is longer than the opposite. 4 tan 37, 4 times tan 37 is 3.01. And the last one, the hypotenuse is equal to 14 over cos 12, which is equal to 14.31. So there you go. That's how to do basic trigonometric operations with a right angled triangle.